Hello, my name is Daniel, and today I'm going to discuss how the Skinner box follows the same principles as gambling within modern society, and how that helps us understand how this affects people's lives. Created by renowned psychologist B.F. Skinner in the 1930s, the Skinner box, or operant conditioning chamber, is a box that would contain a rat or pigeon. This animal would then learn that by pressing a button, they would be rewarded with food. Then, by knowing the consequences of their actions, would continue to press the button until satiated. As a result, Skinner developed a scientific understanding of operant conditioning in animals, which he defined in stating, an individual's behavior is shaped by the consequences of that behavior. Now, this is interesting and all, but how does this apply to gambling? Well, Skinner noticed that by randomizing the frequency in which rewards were given when animals interacted with the interface, the animals would interact more frequently, thus making the animals gamble for their reward. Cliff Koeng's book in User-Friendly Design furthers this idea in stating, the rats were attentive enough when the food rewards came regularly, but when they came randomly, the rats went wild. This exact type of interface can be connected directly to how slot machines operate, or as we Australians fondly call them, pokies. This connection is discussed further by Koeng. One notable moment entertains that there are quite a few people who have noticed the striking correlation between Skinner's box and how slot machines are designed. Quoting the original slot machine designer Tristan Harris, who wrote, "Once you know how to push people's buttons, you can play them like a piano." What Koeng didn't mention was that this quote was originally attributed to none other than B.F. Skinner's work. Now, I was curious to know how this would work in practice, as I've never been the type of person to gamble. So I decided to give it a go, and what I discovered was actually quite surprising. First thing I noticed was there was around 20 machines in this singular small dark room. And even though we were there around 2 p.m, there was quite a few people playing the pokies. While here, I thought about the writings of Ives Seiton, who wrote, "Attention is the capital within the new level of the marketing economy." Continuing, "We pay attention to the objects that yield information in exchange for this payment, and produce a kind of intellectual profit." These words stuck with me, as even though I had no idea what I was doing, when the screen flashed and played a sound when I won $1 after losing 10, I really felt the need to continue pushing and feel that feeling again. In this instance, I was paying with both my money and my attention, the material and immaterial payment these machines are designed for. I'm actually glad I didn't win anything, because now I have no dragon to chase, unlike a great amount of Australians. When it came to satiation in Skinner's experiments, primary conditioners like food, water, and sex tend to have a satiation limit. After all, a rat can only eat so much. But what's scary is that money is a secondary conditioner, meaning it typically won't have a satiation limit. When I furthered my research, I discovered the work of sociologist Peter Harvey. Harvey's research implies a correlation between addictive behaviors like gambling and illegal activity. Writing, "People who develop serious gambling problems are prone to risk-taking behaviors that affect their social, financial, and emotional security, and also result in them committing illegal acts." With this in mind, as well as the unsatiable desire that is financial gain, it's important to be aware of the dangerous pipeline of engaging in random reward interfaces, such as Skinner's box. And without Skinner's insight, this problem within society would be understood significantly less.